Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. The 2020 NBA draft has officially ended, and oh boy, am I here to tell you guys this. I really liked what I saw. In this video, we're going to be talking about the biggest winners of the 2020 NBA draft, but not only the winners, also the losers. I'll be honest, guys, there are actually so many winners in this year's NBA draft. There were so many players that were considered a steal where they got picked, and in this video, we're going to be talking all about that. So if you're a big NBA fan and you love talking about rookies, this video is perfect for you. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, guys. I would really appreciate it. It would really help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's go straight into the winners and losers of the NBA draft this year. The first winner of the 2020 NBA draft is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, they've already won the NBA draft lottery when they ended up with the #1 overall pick, but the moves they made during this draft, I've really liked it, and I do see a bright future for this young team. Drafting Anthony Edwards was a no-brainer. That was definitely a win-win, but the other players they got in this draft and during draft day was definitely spectacular. A big move the Wolves did during the NBA draft was trading away their 17th overall pick in exchange for Ricky Rubio, the 25th and the 28th pick. I believe getting Ricky Rubio will definitely add a veteran atmosphere to the roster alongside their young point guard of D'Angelo Russell and young guard of Anthony Edwards, and the two players they got at the 25th pick and 28th pick of Leandro Balmero and Jaden McDaniels. I believe it's just a great move for the Wolves. Just on draft night alone, the Wolves are reshaping their team, and from what it looks like they're definitely potentially going to be in playoff contention. The second winner of this NBA draft was honestly my favorite and what I believe to be the biggest steal of this year's NBA draft, and that's the Sacramento Kings drafting Tyrese Haliburton at the 12th spot. Guys, when talking about Tyrese Haliburton, he was 100% projected to be a top 10 pick in this year's NBA draft. His length as a point guard, his height, his triple-double playing style, I for sure thought he'd be going in the top 10. But the fact that the Sacramento Kings got him at the 12th spot, a player who averages 6.5 assists per game and 2.5 steals per game, they were looking for another backcourt player to play alongside De'Aaron Fox if Buddy Hield leaves, and looks like with Tyrese Haliburton, they found their guy. A very fun fact to know as well is that Tyrese Haliburton is averaging 42% behind the three-point line. He's a pretty decent catch and shoot player, and maybe playing with De'Aaron, he'll have to develop a more consistent shot. But one thing's for sure, Tyrese Haliburton, in my opinion, the biggest steal at the 12th pick. The next winner on my list is the San Antonio Spurs getting Devin Vassell at the 11th overall pick. When talking about Devin Vassell, he was definitely one of the most and best three-point shooters in this year's NBA draft. I do believe he should have went a little bit higher. I thought the Suns would pick him at number 10, but going at 11, it was definitely a surprise for us. With the Spurs potentially losing DeMar DeRozan in this year's offseason, they were able to find their future shooting guard and small forward of Devin, and that's why I believe it's a great thing for the Spurs, especially how they're in a mini rebuild mode. With the Spurs already having playmakers of Derek White and DeJounte Murray, Devin will fit right in perfectly with his shooting ability. The next winner on my list is pretty obvious, and that's the Washington Wizards getting Deni Avdija at the 9th overall pick, guys. Deni went at the 9th spot. I'll be completely honest with you guys, when I was watching the NBA draft this year, I was super surprised when Deni didn't get picked at the 4th spot, the 5th spot, the 6th, 7th, or 8th spot, and the fact that he went to the 9th spot, oh wow, the Wizards got a steal there. Deni was ultimately projected to be the 4th overall pick by the Chicago Bulls. We'll talk more about what the Bulls picked at number 4, but Deni going to the Wizards, he'll just fit right in at that starting small forward position. They're looking for an all-around small forward who can defend and be a playmaker on offense, and I believe his addition to the team just fills that role perfectly. I'll be honest though, Denny doesn't have the perfect three-point shot, but if he can develop that and play alongside John Wall and Bradley, they'll have a great drive and kick forward that brings an all-around presence on the offensive end and defensive end. This pick by the Wizards was definitely a value pick. They weren't going to let him slide to the 10th spot or even out of the top 10. Another big winner in my opinion of the NBA draft was the Philadelphia 76ers, and I don't really want to talk about, them picking a rookie. I want to talk about the moves they've made during the day. When talking about the Sixers, what they heavily lack is their shooting ability, and today they were able to get two consistent shooters in two different deals. The first deal was trading Al Horford to the Thunder in exchange for Danny Green. Getting Danny would be great for the young guns of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. He'll be a veteran leader, bring championship DNA, and they were also able to trade Josh Richardson for Seth Curry from the Dallas Mavericks. They got two new shooters to be impactful rotational players. They can both start, they can both be impactful. I believe this was a great move for the Sixers. It was a win-win for them. Before talking about the losers of this NBA draft, I do want to talk about one team that's kind of in the middle for me. I don't really know if it's a win or a lose. It's very questionable to me at this pick what they did, and I want to know what you guys think about it. And this team is obvious. That's the New York Knicks picking Obi Toppin at the 8th spot. When talking about Obi, he was definitely projected to be a top 5 pick in this year's NBA draft. We all thought he would go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, maybe the Chicago Bulls, but he ended up at the 8th spot with the Knicks. But it's actually something the Knicks wanted to do, draft their hometown player. With Obi obviously being one of the best offensive players in this year's NBA draft, one of the most mature, his 20 points per game, 7.5 rebounds isn't obvious for any team looking for him. But when talking about the Knicks, they have so many power forwards already, and getting him, it just adds more to the table. They already have Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Taj Gibson, Kevin Knox, and now adding Obi, there's just another player that they have to give minutes to. I do believe the Knicks might be, planning something small, maybe trading Julius Randle, maybe trading Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, I don't know, but if they don't do anything, it was definitely a big loss for them getting another power forward when they have multiple. But overall though, if the Knicks can find a good role for Obi, maybe give him more touches, a lot of shots, I believe he could be their guy going forward, their future scorer. And now, let's talk about the biggest losers in this year's NBA draft. And I want to start off with the most obvious, and that's the Chicago Bulls. My question is, what were they thinking at that 4th overall pick? The Bulls ended up picking Patrick Williams with the 4th overall pick, instead of players like Obi Toppin, Denny, Isaac Okoro, and there are just so many other players they could have picked there. When talking about the player that was projected to be picked by the Bulls, Denny Avdia was that guy. We all thought it would be Denny going at the 4th spot. But the fact that the Bulls picked Patrick Williams, who isn't an established player yet, he's showing flashes of his jump shot, showing potential as a defender, but the fact is there's so many players out there that have already established who they are, established their playing style the Bulls could have went for. I'm just gonna be honest, I was very surprised with this pick. I wanna know what you guys think. Was this just an absolute bad pick for the Bulls? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But honestly, in my personal opinion, I believe the biggest loser in this year's NBA draft was the Golden State Warriors the moment we heard that Klay Thompson was being hit with a big injury. As I make this video, we don't know the severity of it. What we're hearing is that it's an Achilles, a leg injury. I just hope, with Klay Thompson already missing the past year, I hope he's fine. I hope if most he'll miss a month, he'll be back within 2 weeks of the NBA season. I don't know, it's just bad news for the Warriors. After the good news that they picked James Wiseman to be their center, the Warriors just got some bad luck during the NBA draft day. Warrior fans out there, if you're watching this video, let's hope for some good news in the morning, because I am posting this at night, and hopefully in the morning, it's not as serious as we think. Prayers up for Klay Thompson. But overall guys, this wraps up my video for today on the biggest winners and losers of this year's NBA draft. What's most important to me is I want to know what you guys think. Are there any other winners? Are there any other losers? Put all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless. And I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!
will I be remembered? I got